Hi everybody. In this video, I'd like to share one of the ways in which I mastered Chinese. A big part of me mastering Chinese is connected to a project management company that I worked with here in Trinidad. I was based on a construction site where there were a lot of Chinese workers, and of course, I think most of us would probably know that Chinese construction, especially construction projects in um, third world nations or in, I would say, southern nations, is a big thing, you know? So for example, on the African continent, in the Caribbean, in Latin America, Chinese construction has meant that Chinese workers can be found peopling a lot of construction sites in these places, right? And Trinidad is one of them. And in somewhere around 2008, I started working on a construction site, and I was hired primarily for my Chinese skills, my Chinese communication skills, you know, being able to speak and communicate. And I could tell you that the thing that they were more interested in my ability than my formal credentials. I mean, my formal credentials were important. That was secondary to them. What they were most concerned about was that I could actually communicate. So, you know, I say that to say, you know, more and more, I do believe that the world is moving towards a place where companies are caring less and less about formal degrees, and they care about your skills, what skills you bring to the table, hard skills and also soft skills. Especially interested in soft skills because many companies take the position that if you have soft skills, which are very difficult to teach, they're perfectly willing to teach you hard skills, which are much easier to teach, right? To train somebody into. So anyway, I was hired for my Chinese skills, and I mean, I spent a lot of time chatting with the workers, you know. I was kind of like a go-between person in a sense, or at least that's how I saw myself. I did a lot of different things, right? It wasn't just Chinese that I did, but being positioned on site, on a construction site, part of my job was to just part of my job was to be the site photographer. So I was a site photographer. That meant running all over the construction site, climbing up, I shouldn't say climbing up scaffolding, but you know, like climbing up the structures and stuff and getting photos and all kinds of things. And that included a lot of communication with the workers. You know, I became really good friends with a lot of the workers. We got along really well, and we had a good time. I mean, my job was fun. The job itself was fun, and so I got a lot of practice speaking with these workers. You know, so and not only with the workers, but also with the staff on the subcontractor side. You know, the subcontractor was a Chinese company. So that was an experience of immersion right within a country that speaks English, right? So the site was almost like a little world within a world, right? So that's another way that you know, if you want to learn Chinese, you could possibly seek out organizations, companies, groups within your own community or country where Chinese is like the main language that's being spoken. So that would be my advice to you. It worked for me and it worked very well. And that's it for now. Okie dokie.